All right. How are you able to take an idea to actual fulfillment? And what I mean by that is, it's a lot of people want things to be perfect, and perfection ends up causing them to never get started. Which you have starting so many businesses and still working on finding new ways to bring those businesses together. I imagine that you have a healthy relationship with not waiting to be perfect before launching.
Yeah, it's that's a great comment, by the way. Everybody has more than one idea. Great ideas, in fact. Very few people know or have the time or skills to execute on those ideas. So what sounds easy, talking about it, it's not so easy when you try and execute. You think, fulfillment, stuff comes in, you get an order, you ship it out. It's not that simple. There's a lot of moving parts and complexities and what ifs and changes and things. And so it takes years to really build some of those systems to not even perfection, I would say, but as close to it as one can get. But to your point, being able to find that right balance of when do you push forward and do something when it's imperfect versus when do you slow down to make sure you don't fall off the deep end is a tough balance to do. And this is, again, what we were talking about before, having mentors and other people around you to help guide you, be sounding boards. Hey, should I do this? Should I make this move? Should I get a building? Should I hire staff? Should I, where do I spend my money? Do I do this marketing deal? Like I in the very early days of our company, I was like, we're doing travel size toiletries. We need to be on the checkout of one of the big online ticketing companies where you book all your plane tickets and hotel, stays. And I called, the biggest one up at the time. This is 20 years ago. And they said, we can do a test marketing for you and put your banner ad at the checkout, back when banner ads were a thing. And also in the confirmation email, we can put a little banner that people can click over and buy their travel sizes and stuff. And they're like, it'd be $10,000 for the month. And I was like, dang, at the time we were just started, $10,000 was a huge amount of money. So I was like, well, do I do one $10,000 idea or 10 $1,000 ideas? And I decided to do neither, actually. And several months later, the shoe bomber thing happened, and or maybe a couple of years, whatever it was. And where the TSA creates that 3-1-1 rule, the 3 ounces, 3.4 ounces, and the one, and the whole deal that everybody's used to now. And that company, that travel company, came to us and said, "Hey, can you do travel size kits for us with our branding on them and have a landing page and whatever and checkout, and we'll send all of our traffic from checkout." And so it's like, the thing I was going to pay $10,000 for, now they're going to be an affiliate of mine. I'm going to give them an affiliate commission on sales. So we were going to give them a 5% affiliate commission on sales. They were going to drive to it, and they did exactly what I would have paid $10,000 to. And guess how much money their affiliate check was?
What's that?
$8 and change.
10?
$8 and change. Meaning I would have spent $10,000 to book, whatever that is, 5% of something is, $8, would not have paid for itself. So again, that gets back to like figuring out like where to make those moves, and not just jump at something that you think is the golden ticket that is going to make your business. That would have crushed our business, spending 10 grand and getting a few $100 in sales. We would have been like, oh my gosh, we just blew that. Like, what happened? So figuring out, where to make those moves and where not to is critical when building it. And that's, again, having a good sounding board around you is helpful.
Oh yeah, having a good sounding board around you is definitely helpful. But sometimes, regardless of what somebody tells you, if you don't have the capacity or the wherewithal understand and treat it as it should,
Right.
It won't even help. And some people might say having that capacity, that wherewithal, and that persistence is what it takes to be an entrepreneur.
Yes.
Can an entrepreneur be made, or is that just something you're born with?
Yeah, I think you have to be born with it. And the biggest test to yourself is, why do you want to be an entrepreneur? And what do you enjoy about the concept of being an entrepreneur? If the answer is, I want to make a lot of money, I want to flip my business, I want to sell it to a big company, it's not really the entrepreneur's mindset. That's like an investor's mindset. You know, the entrepreneur's mindset is, I am going to enjoy the journey of building something. I get satisfaction off of solving problems and building things. It's not about the money. Like, if you're successful at solving problems and building things, money comes from that. That's not your motivation. And if you really enjoy that building block and solving it and working every day on all, you know, figuring things out, if you're not frustrated by that because you're anxious to get to your end game, then you're an entrepreneur. You're enjoying that process. If you genuinely enjoy that, you know, that problem solving and not being at that goal. And that's why you look at people who've made $100 million or billion or 100 billion or whatever. You're like, why are they still doing that? Why aren't they just because to them, they still haven't solved it. They still haven't grown it. It's not about the money. It's about the satisfaction of, I know I can do this. I know I can achieve this. I know I can solve that next thing. And it never ends. That's why they never usually retire, because that motivation, what they enjoy in life, is that building. And again, it's not the money.
Oh yeah, it's definitely not the money. It's realizing that the journey is in fact the destination.
Yes.
No matter how weird that sounds, and statistically speaking, people who really enjoy what they do, you ask them when are they going to retire? Usually they say never, right? But of course, depending on what you do, your body might say when it's happening before you want it to happen.
Yeah. Can't be a pro football player forever. Your body will not let you do that.
Exactly. And even in the fulfillment trades, when it comes to home services companies and things of that nature, right? So you definitely want to make sure that you're getting as many customers in as soon as possible so you can plan a retirement